Yo, it's good. The GOAT is back, the savior of TFT. First of all, I just want to shout out Riot Games. Thank you for actually taking your job seriously. I want to shout out to Tim. It only took me 3 videos in the entire community complaining for you to do your fucking job. So yeah, keep that up. And I just want to say it's important that we put him on the edge every single time and put pressure on him. These motherfuckers at Riot, that they all need to be fired. But the thing is, they showed that they can do their jobs. So it took them like 2 days to fix the entire game, which was exactly what I thought. But yeah, enjoy this video. The GOAT at TFT, the savior of TFT, is back. I put an absolute beat down on this fat chud over here, 104.49 cm, and enjoy the show. I put on an absolute masterclass. This is what would happen in real life. If we were to do a boxing match IRL, I would give him the beatdown, no question. So again, enjoy the video. We'll tap in soon. Peace. Yo, what's good? Sub-Zero Arc here today. Welcome back to another video. Psych! Fuck that ball, motherfucker. Today we have this fat chud, 149 cm. This guy is probably one of the most degenerate players in the entire ladder. You see over here, I ping the fuck out of him. That's just what I do. And you guys are about to see I put on an absolute masterclass. The GOAT of TFT is back. Like I never fucking left. And shout out to you guys for the last video. We called out Riot. They fixed the fucking game. And today we're back on the grind. And I've been popping off in my games recently. I wanted to share my thought process. I'm not Sub-Zero Arc. I'm not one of these people that bother use other players and make a living out of it. I was going through his coaching, and he was charging people like crazy amounts of money for coaching. I'm like, bro, you are fucking shit at the game. Like he just be scamming people, bro. Like, that's ridiculous, man. That is crazy to me. I just had a good laugh, but back to the game. Now, most important thing is this is 17.4 beat, and the most important thing I want to talk about are the holds early game. And I think this is one of the most important things, is that identifying win streak positions. This is what lower elo players struggle with a lot, and even high elo players will struggle with it too. They have not mastered this concept. So if you can go into it, what are the primary holds? You want to hold primordial units, you want to hold... Actually, let me go over the units you don't want to hold. You don't want to hold Teemos, you don't want to hold Nasus, you don't want to hold Vegars or Poppies. Or Twisted Fates. Or even Caitlyn's, unless... Actually, Caitlyn might be good depending on your items. But anyways, on the augments section, just play strongest board. It's on the augments section. Over here, Magic slightly is just broken. Better than other options. Over here got the health buff one, which means I have to play for win streak. I was already playing for win streak, but now I have to play for win streak. And as you can see over here, I get a pretty solid opener. It's the altar, and I'm already angling for Xayah. I see the Kraken. I'm just trying to play strongest board here. Again, I slam my items on the Talon, and then I just basically just play TFT, play strongest board, play solid board. There isn't much else to say, and obviously hold your pairs, right? That's probably one of the most important things. A lot of players, they like to make 10, but when you have Jack's pair, even if your board is not strong, right now, you cannot sell this Jack's pair. And I think that's one of the biggest mistakes. Is people get baited for making 10, and they play a lot weaker boards. Sometimes they lose out on HP, they lose out on gold, and they make streak, which means you're going 7th or 8th. And yeah, that's not what I do for the game. But as you can see, we're pretty chill here. Things are going good. Man, I'm glad to be back. I know I haven't been making videos. I've been on a grind. The NBA finals are here. The Thunder lost. I'm super fucking hyped. And we're back to TFT. But to be honest, there's a lot of drama going on. I'll make a lot more videos on that, on Jidosaur, that fucking clown. Just on a lot of things. But I think we can celebrate the progression that we have made, which is, Tim finally doing his fucking job and fixing the game. And this is what I was talking about the whole time, was it took him like 2 days to fix the game. Why couldn't he just do it before, right? He obviously has the capabilities, he just doesn't want to do it. He's a lazy fuck. I still think he should be fired. Again, I don't think balancing things very hard. I think the recent balancing changes are good. I think this patch is very good. At least it's probably the best patch we have so far. In terms of all the counters to play, I really feel like a lot of counters are viable. Honestly, I thought the first couple patches were fine too. It was just that Fast 9 was too weak, and now Fast 9 is strong, and you can play all those comps. So I actually think this is the best patch. I do miss reroll Urgot though. That was like one of my favorite comps, and now it's just like kind of useless. I know there's a Misfortune version with Ornn and Urgot, but it's not the same thing. You know, like I just kind of miss Urgot just one-shotting. That was my favorite comp, but yeah. But as you can see, just playing strongest board, and I can make 10 here. Actually, I level to 5 because someone else makes level to 5, and this is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Is I don't give a fuck about who. All I care about is just keeping my streak. Now, I think most people don't understand that, right? Because if someone else levels to 5 and you level to 5 and you don't, their game is over. They can't play. But if you lose and you don't level to 5, your game is also very hard, right? Just putting yourself in position to win, and yeah, you just like unless you know for sure you're gonna lose, then you don't level to 5. But here's a chance, then I would almost always level to 5. And here, a lot of people would take Eve. I mean, a lot of people would. It just makes the most sense. You get 8 gold, and like HP is not a factor because I'm playing to win streak the entire game. But most people would pick here, and I'm poor, right? This would shoot back my econ. But I'm thinking gold doesn't do anything for me right now. I can't level to 6. The 3-count shop, it spikes my board the most, actually. Because I'm just playing for strongest board. There's so many 3-counts that I can fish for, and there's a lot of them which just upgrade my board immediately, right? Immediately. So as you can see here, I pick up a Xayah, I pick up a Lulu, and those are some really good picks. I would pick up Ornn, but I have Aatrox 2. It might even be stronger than Aatrox 2. Now I'm thinking about it because you get a free item along with Ornn. But it's close, right? I actually think like I already have upgraded frontline when it comes to Aatrox 2, so it doesn't really make more sense for me. The only thing I could have done was play Lulu over TF. That was a mistake. But this is why it's important to position, because against the future scout, against comps like this, it is important just to understand how they have, how the rogues have, and what you can do to counter it, which is put your jack in front of it to counter what they're trying to do. But yeah, we back at it again. We back at it again. This is what we do. We take the dubs, and then from here, basically just going through the whole thought process, going through what I'm going, putting you in the mind of one of the best TF2 players in the entire world. Just going through what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's obviously playing for blue streak, which is fine. He's playing for blue streak. I don't care. I'm just gonna play for maximum tempo, and I'm trying to win out this whole entire lobby here. So again, over here I just get a free 5 streak. I get a free 5. I can just skip over. That is not good at all. Onto the mini round, and again over here it's going to be an 80 lobby, so Brain Vest is going to be perfect here. And again, just slam as many items as I possibly can. I have a Drax too, so I'm just going to tempo the entire round. This is one of the most pivotal turns, so I'll slow it down. Over here, right? I see forward thinking. I'm thinking it's a sort of an instant click because there's 2 conditions for this. Forward thinking is really good when you're win streaking and you know you can bleed out and you can still cash on 4-2 with a decent amount of HP. I think that's one of the most important things. And then other than that, you're still able to win rounds with your streak, right? And I leveled to level 6 on 3-1, so this is perfect. So this is like absolutely perfect because I had not that much econ to begin with, and it doesn't punish me. and I'm gonna be up about 50 to 60 gold on the entire lobby. So this is really big. I'm basically taking a prismatic as a gold, which is huge. But I get it at a later time, right? Which is fine because it's not that important. Over here, I would say I missed position. If I swap my Kaisa and my Lulu on the right side, I think I actually win this fight. And it's just, there's just so many people to position for it, and I think this is one of the main rules, which is Jax needs to be on the same side of the players. I guess it doesn't matter that much because this Pike just killed my family. But yeah, Jax just needs to be good, and I definitely win this if my Kaisa gets a 3-1 cast off, which is just unfortunate rather than streak here. But I wasn't really expecting too much streak to be away, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. Over here, I prioritize on making 10 because it's so important to make 10, and I'm at 0 gold, right? So over here, I'm just, again, if I'm gonna lose, I'll take a minimum losses, and then I'll basically play for that. So he's over here, he's also playing anyway, he's playing for lose streak. I'm pretty much locked in on Xayah. I'm pretty much locked in, and it's gonna be a very smooth game. It's gonna be a very smooth game. I think I'm uncontested also, but even how I was contested, I was still hitting my entire board. So yeah, basically the game plan is just to play strong as 12 for the next 3 turns, 3 fights, and to cash out on 4 So over here, I think this is really important. I think other people might overlook this, but this Varus boon is actually way stronger than the Eve boon. Like 12 gold right now is good, and it helps make back my interest, but you're basically getting trade sector for free, and it's just way too good. Over here, I high roll a Xayah, which is nice. It's always nice to have this. You can say like, sure, this is a high roll game, whatever you want to call, but at the same time, just look at our playlist, look at our transition my lead. I know a lot of people, a lot of times, they don't know how to play with a lead, and I'm going to show you how to transition this. Even if I didn't hit the Xayah, it wouldn't be the biggest deal. Again, my game plan does not change. My game plan is spike on 4-2 and win the game from there. So, because I already have insane front line, I made sure to dodge it to the other player, and basically just take it from there. Again, healthy, I'm extremely healthy. I'm about to have like 2 kill for a lobby. I'm chilling, right? I'm good. The goat is chilling, and yeah, I'm chilling like I'm playing against the Knicks as a spirit, you know. That's just gonna be a mercy killing. That's just gonna be like a victory lap type of finals. I know for sure the Knicks are gonna lose. They don't have a single chance. The Knicks would have lost in like the 2nd round in the West of the playoffs. I don't even think they beat the Nuggets, to be honest with you. I think the East is just such a weak conference. But yeah, getting back into it. Nothing really to be said here. I can just skip and going over here. It's important. When you see Rod in this comp, you instantly want to reforge it. And what's perfect is that I even had 2. Then look, I got a fucking Rod. So this best case scenario, I'm gonna reforge again, right? And honestly, it's fine. This is totally fine. Adaptive is good on Nunu. I'm very happy with this. I'd rather have that over Death Cap. Death Cap, Rod is such a dead item in this comp. It is the worst thing you can possibly see, unless you get a blitz view. But you should never play around that. You should never play the units you don't have, unless it's a 4 cost, right? Unless you know you have enough gold on 8 to hit your board. But for 5 costs, especially on stage 4, you should never play for them unless you have them. And that's my general rule. Like, if you make Graves items and you're expecting to play Graves, you better have invested ++. You better have fucking 14. You better have econ. You better have like scaling, right? You better have this because you're not just gonna hit a Graves. And over here for augment selection, I already have so much econ that hold the line is by far the best pick here, and it's by far the best option here. So over here again, I'm just rolling, I'm transitioning my entire board.
My God doesn't want peace. Darkness rise.
I actually lose this because I fuck up my position here and Zed gets infinite resets. And it's pretty sad because if I put my, I think if I put my jacks here, it would have been fine. I thought Nunu one is just not good enough to survive this. And my Xayah can't pass me. I'm just dead. This guy is double short is dead. He's just like a fucking minutes. Yeah, I mean Zed is still OP as fuck. Zed is still a super good unit. I don't know what anyone says. So yeah. So over here you see like I missed Xayah too, which is pretty fucking unlucky because I rolled like 64. And here I don't have Nunu 2, which is my primary tank. Like you really want Nunu 2. But I have upgraded top and I have Xayah 2. I pretty much upgraded everything else. So now it's just I'm gonna go level 9. I pretty much hit my entire board. The only thing left is Nunu, and yeah, it's I can just hit that with 9. But Nunu, to be honest, like this set is probably one of the, if not the most contested unit in the entire game. It's getting very hard to hit. And again, over here, I know Xayah sucks, but it's gonna go on Jin later. If worst case scenario, it's gonna go on Samira, which is always gonna be good. I'm really fucking strong. I'm really strong. I know not having Nunu sucks, but again, if I even have a 2-star Morg, like I think my front line's fine. My front line's fine. 2-star Tom Kench, 2-star Jax. I'll be fine. I'm chilling through it, and yeah. So my selection, I just take this. This is way too good. A random 2-star for 4 cost. 11 gold at the very worst. And again, for HP, I have so much HP to play with. I don't think anyone in the lobby can really beat me. So again, Evelyn is probably my favorite god in this whole set because it allows me to just snowball like out of control, and that just fits perfectly with my playstyle. Yeah. Again, hold the line is probably one of the most overpowered augments. You know, to be fair, if the Raincore guy didn't get a Morg 2, I was actually gonna hold this for Morg on a 3. I think it's very possible because no one plays this shit unit, and yeah, I think it's really good. But this guy has a Nunu 2 on bench, so I'm never gonna hit that. So yeah. He had 2 Nunus on 7. Again, this guy's playing Nara reroll, so I get a free win. It's just, these guys are playing so bad. I don't know if like, the range distribution is so weird. There's Master, Grandmaster challengers in this lobby. And as you can see, like, this guy has over 50 gold. He's one off the Nara. He just refuses to go on RP. And that's a huge mistake. Like, he would even go to 0 here if you could hit your board. Because when you're playing a reroll, that's one of the most important things, is that you should be tempoing out the entire lobby. You're going to get outcapped with Fast 9, you're going to get outcapped with level 9, level 10 Xayah with Gen 2. These are the boards that beat you, so you're on the clock. So the fact that you're losing rounds, the fact that you're losing stage 4 is terrible. And you're probably just going to bot 4. Over here, like as you can see with that guy, he hit his entire board, so he's playing with max cap. So that's good for him. But I fight him, and yeah, just hold the line is just so good. In these fights, my guy's doing yes. Pretty much getting an extra death blade on top of IE, so It's really good. As you can see, he hit his entire board too, but it's just too much. Just too much damage. My right is 20,000. And because of the alter proc, she has 20%. It's just so much stats that it's just ridiculous. And over here, I'm really just greeting for backline items, preferably Xayah items. You know, I'm definitely looking for Kraken. You know, that is the final item, and move the IE over to Samira. GS is also good. This is not bad. This is definitely not bad, but the thing is, I really want Kraken. I don't know if it's too greedy, but yeah, sure. I hit. If I didn't get Kraken, you know, other acceptable ones are DB. Yeah, just DB. I would have even taken the GS with 10 gold, but if it's just like another dead component, I'd rather just have Kraken to begin with. I just fast forward a little bit. I swap back. So, if you guys are wondering, Corki is still really strong. One of the best knights in the entire game. They nerfed it, but they didn't really nerf it. I think Corki still spits out shit damage, so definitely one of the best knights in the entire game. And my Xayah just absolutely popped the fuck off here. You can see that's hold the line, that's alter. That's just too strong. My Tom actually spits a second Sunfire, which is fine because I already have anti-heal. Yeah, this is definitely just identifying your win condition, playing strongest board at all stages of the game. Just an absolute masterclass. You guys are probably gonna have this spot most of your games. You guys just need to see the spot, and you guys will be able to climb. I think Boost Streak is way harder to play from, but Win Streak is way more consistent. You know, way more consistent. You're able to make way more mistakes. You're able to have like way more leeways, fly RNG, all that, more lives, more gold, more bitches, more money. So you play, I wouldn't even worry about playing Boost Streak. I would say like, if you're anything below Masters, focus on the playing Win Streak. Now there are games where you definitely should play the Win Streak, like 100%, but I would say it's like 80% to 20%, and this is probably the most important fundamental. That's a huge. I put Rostin on 9. Now I'm just looking for a Gen 2, right? A Gen 2 to replace Morgana 2, and then that's my final board. Move items over to Gen, and that's pretty much my max cap. Samira 2 is better than Morgana 2, 100% here. Just because my frontline is already so good, and Samira's the sniper, and it also gives a shit for DPS. What I could also be looking for is a Vanguard, which is like a Blitzcrank. Right? I could be looking for that instead of a Gen 2, but I don't think I find a single one, or if I do, it's too late, and I'm not going to run a Blitz 1 over a Morgana 2. So sometimes it's okay to skip out certain Blitz. You just have to be flexible, you have to play with it. I know most people, they would go crazy they would just go insane for a Blitzcrank. I need a Vanguard, or like, oh, I need a Mordekaiser for Darkstar with Gen, right? But in reality, you don't need it. Right now, my frontline is so good that even without Vanguard, there's a billion damage, and my backline, again, from home to the line, is gonna clear out their entire team. So again, here I'm looking for a damage item. I take a damage item here, and from this spot, basically, it's just free game, you know? And keep in mind, I'm doing this without Nunu 2. I have a Nunu 1 at 5.5. So, you just have to realize that, you know, if you're you have so much money and so much health, you're able to sack these rounds. You don't need it. You don't need like gems. You don't need all these things to go on. Because even how lots of rounds, you'll still be able to sack. You'll still be able to go level 9 to play the true cap. I think this calculator is 1 and 2. Yep. It's just no, this guy's fake. Like this motherfucker on the planet. It's all good. No. I think it was a position there too. My Xayah was on the right side of things too. But again, keep in mind, this is with Nunu 1. See, the moment I hit this Nunu 2, if I had fought him there with a Nunu 2, the fight would not even be close. This is such a huge power spike. And even from this spot here, even if I don't hit a Gen 2, I still win out this game. This is pretty much my max cap. And I don't even need Gen 2. I'm already going to win this game regardless. So again, do not sell your Morgana for Gen 1. Just play strongest quarter you can right now. A lot of people downgrade and that's a mistake. You make the board weaker, especially in stage 5, stage 6. One fight can swing replay business. So you really just gotta be very careful. And as you can see here, you hit his board, but it doesn't matter because I'm already playing out. This guy's so fucking lucky by the way. Again, level 9, level 10 boards are pretty much always gonna outcap 3-cost rerolls. Just because with 3-cost reroll, you're probably taking triple augments, triple econ augments. That is true for most of the cases, as you can see with him with this fat chart over here. It's a lot of reroll, right? He took a combat on the belts, but that's just for frontline. And I think that's one of the worst combat augments in the game. But he needed frontline, so you have to take that. But compared to something like Hold the Line, especially when I have 6 items on my tanks and really good items on my backline, this on Xayah and this on Jen, you take something like Hold the Line here, where it gives you another combat on top of it. And as you can see here, I hit Gen 2, the game's over. I swap items over to Jen, 3rd item on Jen. There's a debate. You can take Quicksilver. I took Edge. I think the only way I lose this game is if Jin somehow dies before he casts. So I think Edge and Knight is like the best here. Like literally, that's the only way I lose this game is if this Jin somehow gets 1 shot. And I don't think that's gonna be possible. There's really no hard CC for me to Quicksilver, right? So Edge and Knight is definitely the best. I'm thinking like if the fight's closer, which is not close. But if the Aurora like casts onto the Jin, it won't kill him because it's Edge and Knight. But if I don't have Edge and Knight, it'll just get 1 shot, right? So we're gonna get another Masterclass, putting this fat Chud in his place. Again, the GOAT of TFT is back, and I'm here to stay. And again, I've been playing since set 1. I could have been K3 Soju, but I just kind of, I wasn't really into content creation, all that stuff. But this made me realize something important, is that we need to call out Riot Games, and if I have a platform to do that, that's better for me, because I will keep these motherfuckers in check. Man, they're just Tim, I will give you credit. You fixed the game. It didn't take you that long to do it, but it took us like half the community to call you out, and half the community this set is already dead because no one's playing this fucking game. But just keep in mind, bro, like, come on man, More Dog is paying you. You're supposed to be the man. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be the man. But that's for another vid. Anyways, the GOAT signing out. Peace.